Keeping Calm Throughout COVID-19 Pandemic by Dr. Helmi Najim. Anxiety is a normal reaction to any threat to the individual. When it involves everybody, it becomes community anxiety. It can be beneficial. It makes the individual prepared for the threat, and it is adaptive and protective. Not all stress is bad, because life without stress is boring and the individual has got no motivation to do anything. This slide demonstrates the relationship between performance and stress. When there is no stress, there is no motivation, there is no performance. But when the stresses start to tick in the individual's life, it makes the individual motivated to do things. And when it is in the right level, it makes the performance maximum. But if it exceeds that level, it will affect performance when the individual is going to have overload with too much stress, and if it continues, it will lead him to have anxiety, panic, anger, and it reaches to a level where burnout is going to ensue and breakdown of the individual will happen. When the anxiety exceeds its optimum level, it makes the individual struggle and suffer in his day-to-day life. This is where morbid or excessive anxiety is going to be manifested in the individual's life. It will make him suffer from draining, it will be painful, disorganizing, incapacitating, gives rise to physical symptoms in the form of headache, backache, shortness of breath, dyspepsia, and so on and so forth. It is contagious when the individual is going to suffer from anxiety. It will affect people around him. Like in the office, if the manager suffers from anxiety, all his employees are going to get anxious also. In the family, if the father suffers from anxiety, the wife and the children are going to suffer from symptoms of that disorder. Why do we get stressed out or excessively anxious? When the situation is life threatening, when we don't understand the threat or we can't time it, when we don't have a definite answer or cure, when we blow it out of proportion, when there is a threat, if we interpret it as it is, we can deal with it. But if we exaggerate that threat and make it impossible to deal with, we are going to feel threatened and get more anxious. All these make you more suggestible to rumors. COVID-19 and anxiety. Facts about COVID-19. 80% of people infected show no symptom. 16% have some symptoms varying in severity but manage to get through without admission to hospital. 4% may need inpatient care, and 1 to 2% will not manage to survive. Most people who need specialized care are elderly and people with comorbidities. Don't worry, you will be less likely to be affected if you are aware, you are prepared, and you don't get puzzled by surprises. Why it is more likely for COVID-19 to cause anxiety? Because it has made a lot of changes and disruption to your day-to-day life in the form of getting worried in case you get infected. There are shutdowns and curfews. You started to work from home and online. You may be threatened to lose your income or job. Threat of social isolation and loss of supportive relationship. Loss of leisure through closure of malls, gyms and restaurants. Overcrowding and caring of dependents and elderly relatives. How prepared are we towards changes in our life determines symptoms we experience. It may vary from one person to another, and it is manifested in the form of nervousness, excessive worries and panic, forgetfulness and loss of concentration, uncertainty and seeking reassurance by asking questions repeatedly, lacking patience and irritability, sleep and appetite disturbance, denial or apathy, not taking necessary preventive measures, inappropriate remarks, or intolerance to others' behavior. Prepare yourself to cope better by applying proper preventive measures to avoid overconfidence or denial. Apply physical distancing rather than social. Keep your distance from other people, but you communicate with them through other means. Washing hands and sanitizer use as necessary. Using masks as needed. Don't take chances and overexpose yourself unless it is necessary. Restrict exposure to news about COVID-19 to objective sources, not more than half an hour twice a day. Concentrate on positive stories and outcome. Do not count losses. Adopt healthy lifestyle by having regular healthy meals with vegetables and fruit rich with vitamin C, D, E, and zinc. Drink at least 1.5 liter of warm water. Avoid junk food and watch your weight. Physical activities has been affected by the closure of gyms, malls, and restaurants. Physical activities improves your mood, sleep, and immunity, trains your respiratory system. Make sure that you do regular exercise by walking, swimming, indoor bodily exercises, or around your block. Sleep 6 to 8 hours a day. Regular sleep is essential for your physical and mental health. Make sure you maintain sleep routine to go to bed at a specific time and get up at a specific time. Avoid excessive tea and coffee. Stop using electronics an hour before you go to bed. If sleep defies you, do not go to bed until you can't open your eyes. Try progressive relaxation exercises. Be prepared. Assess your needs and your loved one's needs. Check your stock of the following: medication for your chronic comorbidities, preserved or canned food, other toiletries and cleaning material, get rid of tobacco. This makes you feel more secure and hence more relaxed, while making sure that physical distancing is there by keeping away from people 6 feet, 6 yards, or 6 miles. Don't miss on your social links. Keep in touch with family, relatives, and friends. Try to search your telephone list and see. You may remember a friend whom you haven't talked to for a while. It will be nice to make a surprise. Keep active on social media, sharing nice, happy, and humorous stories, but limit your exposure to electronics not more than 4 hours a day. تفاءلوا بالخير تجدوه كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Be optimistic. Remember, people coped with the Spanish flu 1918 without TV, telephone, internet, Facebook, or even radio. There was no ventilator or antiviral drugs, and how advanced medicine nowadays. How they lost around 50 million people or more, and how did they get over their losses? You will feel blessed. You always remember that laughter is the best cure. Try to search your day to day life and find the humor in it. Share jokes with your family, relatives, and friends. Laughter is contagious, hence the laughter recorded during comedy show. If you are funny and you try to make jokes, people around you will feel relaxed and happy. You always try to ventilate and don't bottle up. Always remember unreleased pressure leads to explosion. Talk about your worries and concerns to a confidant, a spouse, a friend, a mentor. If not, keep a diary or an electronic notebook with a secure password. The minute you reveal your worries, you feel better even if it is not sorted out. Explore benefits of working from home. You are blessed to have the facilities to work remotely and compare yourself with people 50 years ago. It teaches you electronic skills and updates your knowledge. It saves you time of traveling and stress of getting stuck in congestions. It allows you to keep your job and provides you with security. It protects you from a highly contagious disease. Be innovative. Explore learning a new skill, hobby, or game. Explore three qualities you did not know about other family members. Something you are impressed with, something interesting, something you did not expect. Summarize the day with your family before you go to bed. Three things went well: a game you played, a skill you learned, a disaster you managed to avoid. If you are a health worker, remember that heroism is to take every precautionary measure to protect yourself, to continue to care for more people in need. You count number of people whom you manage to discharge home. You look after yourself by taking breaks, healthy lifestyle. You enjoy the moment you live without thinking too much about the one before or the one after. See always the light, whatever the length of the tunnel. You always remember that faith is an important savior. You should always deal with causes, follow evidence, Be realistic and leave the rest for Allah the most grateful. وعسى أن تكرهوا شيئا وهو خير لكم وعسى أن تحبوا شيئا وهو شر لكم والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. قل لن يصيبنا إلا ما كتب الله لنا هو مولانا وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. You should always remember that life is a marathon, not a sprint. It contains a lot of surprises, a lot of challenges, but if you hold on, pain ends. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation and you may use it and find it helpful. Thank you very much.